Jeju. That's why they build this kind of airfield here. Here, I told you when the flight leaves from here that this is the closest place to China. So Japan actually used this location to, attack China at the time. That's why the US military government came to this island to disarm everything. That place, you see, when you go there, it looks like a bowl. You see the gray board up there? Yeah. And another gray board here. And that's where each child is standing right there, is where people were actually killed. So, that actually that side. So they were standing there, they were shoot over there, and they were pushed down the hole. And those people who were killed there dropped here. Those people who were killed there dropped here. And imagine it was covered with cement and wire. So when they were pushed here, all their bodies were like all the damage and things like that. So people who came here is meaning that when the families come here to pick up the body after 6 years, actually the families who were killed at this pit, they came first, but they came at night. They secretly came and they collected all the body. But because this place is all dry, even though it rained, snowed, 6 years passed, they were actually identifying at least the body of the people. And then the families from this pit, they heard. Another families from another pit actually came at night and picked up the bodies. And they're like, okay, let's not do it at night. Let's go to police officer and say that we want to collect our family's body, and let's collect the body during the daytime. Why do we have to do it in a secret? So they went to the police station. They said, okay, we want to collect the body. And then because they already passed the 6 years, they said, okay, fine, collect the body. When they get here, the water is always like that. So they had to use 3 water pumps. They had 3 water pumps in the village at the time to take all the water out. And then imagine that the bodies were inside there and water was always there. It was not possible at all for them to identify the bodies. They say that later, after the Second World War, that was used by the US Army until 2000. So student activists from Jeju, that's actually kind of comment that comes from the villagers, the female villagers as well. Shall we go inside? Have a look. You see this mound is actually much smaller than the original, the mound, right? The big one. Because you cannot find the full body. And also this is the only space that's available they can find and afford with the money to actually bury 132 bodies. I'm not sure whether you saw this replica in the museum. Did you see? So I told you that the truth-seeking process of the April 3rd is in line with the democratization movement of Korea, right? So in 1960, when the first president of South Korea, when he had to step down because of student movement, the bereaved families of this area, they built a statue to remember the victims in 1960. But then, right after that, there was a military coup by Park Chung-hee, and then the military came here and they break down this statue that the families actually made. And then what happened is that these bereaved families took one piece each home. So one by one, they took one piece home, and then the another piece to another home, and things like that. When the government was changed, and then when the democratization happened, then they brought all the pieces into here again, and then actually they exhibit here. So this association of bereaved families is quite like unique, also compared to other families as well. You can see those replica there, and I think this shows how these people actually fought against the government to find the truth and get their dignity back for a very long time. And here is a kind of, there is another excavation in 2000 from the site that we visited earlier. So this is where they found some like 32 partial remains and 3 teeth, and that's where actually they buried here as well. So you can actually walk inside the the graveyards as well if you want. And take a photo from here.
And you're saying
Yeah. But then not the full body of a person is here. Also because during the military dictatorship, the government pushed the families and threaten the families to remove this, tomb to somewhere else because they don't want to keep this place. But then, like, only few people actually removed the tomb, but then all the others are actually staying here.
Is it the flag? Ours half mast.
It's half because to show it's for the, the sad day. The people can walk in 5 villages, not everywhere, because some of the historical sites does not exist anymore, and that is why there are 5 different villages that they decide to build this kind of route. One is Bukchon, the one that we visited. Here we are in Donggwang, in Andok. Donggwang, we are here right now. I don't know why it's all in Korean. Here we are right now, right? All the way up there. Can you see number 8?
Yeah.
That's the cave that they used to hide.
Okay.
So this is the village center, but the number 3 here is Sanbatguseok, it's another village. And then here we have Mudungyuan, the number 4 and number 3 over there. So this area is actually consists of 2 big villages called Sanbatguseok and then Mudungyuan. What happened to those villages? They are all gone. They all disappeared. We talked about the lost villages in the museum earlier, right? So they're actually all gone. So what happened is that when the evacuation order was made, those people in Sanbatguseok and then Mudungyuan, they all went to Kundalke, the cave up there, and they hid in the place. I told you that yesterday that cave looks a bit, it's a kind of weird structure. That's why you have to crawl a bit, and you have a big space, and you have to crawl more inside, and there is a bigger place. So Sanbatguseok people who stayed there, first, who arrived there first, they stayed in a first big place. And then when Mudungyuan people arrived there, the Sanbatguseok people okay, we already occupied this space, you guys should go further inside. So the Mudungyuan people has to go all the way inside. Of course, the location of the cave was found by the soldiers as usual. And then the villagers decided to set a fire inside. Because of the structure, the smoke goes outside the cave. So the military was like, okay, we'll come back tomorrow. You better get ready. We're going to kill all of you tomorrow. We'll get ready tomorrow. So they left. And then the villagers realized that, okay, if you're going to stay here, we're going to get killed. So everybody has to move out from the cave. So that night, they came out of the cave. They all ran away, far, far away to Halla Mountain. It's really far. It's it even takes a few hours by car. But then they walked for 8 hours non-stop at night with children on your back and you're holding hands together. And they finally arrived in Halla Mountain. So what happened to them is that on the day of evacuation, it snowed a lot. So actually Sanbatguseok people, they went to where is the Orum over there? The Sanbatguseok people, they go to nearby Orum, the hill, before they reach the Halla Mountain. The soldiers were able to actually follow their track, their footprint on the snow, and all the people from Sanbatguseok were killed in a nearby Orum. The people from Mudungyuan, they all ran away to Hallasan, and unfortunately most of them were caught, and then they were killed at the Jeongbang-pokpo. Jeongbang-pokpo is a famous waterfall. It's a famous touristic site, and that's where all these Mudungyuan people were killed at that place. They said that the soldier says, oh, we don't want to even waste a bullet to you. That's why they didn't even use bullet. They just pushed people from the waterfall to kill them at that time. Then if if your body fall down on the waterfall, it's quite difficult to find the body, right? So what they did is in this area, there is a family name called Im Munsuk. Im Munsuk is the name of a person, and that family was quite big in this family. And we saw that everybody's cousins and sisters and brothers in one village. So he actually did this kind of special ritual, the religious ceremony, to bring souls to the land, and then they make a kind of empty graveyard for their families. So we cannot go to the cave or lost village here, but we can actually go to see that the symbolic tomb before we leave.